How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Brian back at it again with another episode of the High Notes Podcast. As always, I'm joined here with my co-host,
Melly.
And AP.
I'm tweeting today.
Gentlemen, this episode we have a lot of topics to go over. We're looking over the playoffs and the free agency, the Trump admin and the refugees that are coming in, and the Diddy freak-off trial has begun. We got a very spicy episode. But gentlemen, do we want to start off with the basketball second round of the playoffs here?
Yeah.
What do we got?
Not really the second round. It's
like third.
Yeah, we're going into the third.
Yeah, they're going into the conference, championship.
Okay.
So, what you think about it, Melly? I said it from the beginning.
What you say?
This shit is rigged.
The playoffs?
Yeah. So
this
is my stance on it, right?
And when did you say it before?
I didn't say it.
I think he did.
I've been said it.
Well,
I forgot what episode.
I've been spreading this propaganda for like 2 months now.
Oh, shit.
But I feel like it becomes more apparent. So, what happened earlier this year? They surprised Cat with a trade to New York, right?
Right.
So, DiVincenzo, right? DiVincenzo, he thought he was going to be reunited with the Villanova boys. They said, nah, your ass is going to fucking Minnesota. And then Cat goes to New York. Apparently, he was uprooted. He bought a new house. Now he up there. I thought it was over. I said it. I was like, they're keeping Gobert over fucking Cat?
Oh.
Right?
Oh, you thought it was over for the Wolves?
I thought it was over for the Wolves, yeah. I had no faith in them.
Okay.
And now, they're one win away from going to the Western Conference Finals against... it's probably going to be OKC if we're being honest.
Yeah, most likely.
If we're being honest. It might go to Game 7, but it's going to be against OKC, right?
I think Jokic got it, though. I think he might go to Game 7.
He got to pull it out of him, right?
Huh?
I heard that.
All right. But how crazy would it be? Like, imagine the storylines. New York versus Minnesota. 2 players that got traded. Julius Randle, they said he wasn't a fit for the team. Now he taking Ant, who's the up-and-coming face of the league, to a championship. Now, who wins? I don't know. That's up to the refs and the people in Vegas to decide.
Yeah, Vegas.
Yeah, there's a lot of source betting. And apparently, Draymond just got fined for saying the spread is 5.5. Which,
really?
Think about it. They fined him $50K for saying that, and they caught it on camera.
That is kind of wild.
And then what happened? Somebody shot a 3 and made the spread 5, like the point differential 5. So everybody who bet the over basically lost, right? Coincidence? I don't know.
Could be.
All right. Off that topic. The Cavs, number 1 team in the East. Oh, everybody was hyping them up. Smoked.
So the best team,
Pacers.
right? The best team in the league. They have the most wins, right?
Right.
They have the most wins.
By a landslide. It was like by at least 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So they were
a good handful of wins.
They should have been a shoo-in.
Ahead of the competition.
Oh, that's fun.
And they lost to basically like an AAU team. Like they're nice, but they play like an AAU team.
Yeah, true.
Gotcha.
So like AAU team is not the NBA type shit.
Gotcha. Like
they lost to not a really good team, and they only won 1 game out of the 4. You know how you be like China went Game 5?
China at 5.
They won at 5.
Tragic.
Halliburton waved them off. They were like, "Yo, get off the court now."
Oh, the Celtics as well.
Question.
As well.
Of the brackets that we made from the...
Everybody lost.
Everybody's off? Damn.
Yeah. That's Orlando was going far. They got smoked first round. Everybody lost.
Tragic.
So...
Yeah, that's the one thing, too. I think these 4 teams, I guess OKC is a
OKC
given.
was like...
Everyone had a feeling that they were going to go to the finals. But these 4 teams, like, this year, someone's going to come out a first-year champion. Like, they're going to be a champion for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, these teams, right, that are competing to go into the conference championship rounds, there were teams that nobody thought. I honestly thought the Pacers were going to get eliminated in the first round, especially when they had to go against the Cavs, right? Now, granted, the Cavs were riddled with injuries, but on paper, they were still a better team.
Yeah, on paper they were a better team. Yeah, I just think they didn't have like a dog. Like they had Donovan Mitchell, but I don't think like they have a good some good bigs. They have Mobley and they have Jared Allen. That's really good as well. They have Garland, but I just think Garland maybe needs like another year. I mean, he is injured as well, though. Yeah. They are injured. They are an injured team.
But he had a toe injury. Now,
as a guard, that's tough.
That is tough. But when you literally played 82 games in a season to get this far, you better inject that hole.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Okay,
fuck shit.
If it goes wrong, get the Dion. Fucking chop that toe off.
What the fuck?
Would you rather have 9 toes in the ring or get?
I'm keeping my toes. I got another chance next season.
Right.
What the
That's
fuck?
the thing. That's a whole nother year. And then this Tatum goes down.
Okay.
He's literally following Kobe's fucking storyline. You saw that? Kobe tears his Achilles. He wants to tear his Achilles. But I think this is now. I'm a Celtics hater for sure. I just don't like the Celtics. Okay. This is where Jaylen Brown proves that he deserves his contract. We're gonna see if he is able to lead a team and come back, or at least win one game.
Fuck no.
You don't think so? He has been playing bad.
He don't got it.
He don't got it in him? Do you think he deserves that contract?
Yeah, they had to give it to him.
Yeah, they kind of did have to give it.
Yeah, they had to give it to him, but I don't think he's that guy, you know?
Yeah.
Even with the finals MVP, I think he was just very overrated. You know? Because his numbers weren't even that crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Like when we think about
but
finals MVPs
they were slightly
prior
better
years
than Jaylen Brown's.
Yeah, they were. But I mean Jason Tatum's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you got to think about it like this. Jason Tatum is in the scouting report, he's the first guy.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
so Tatum gets the ball, they're already blitzing him. They're probably putting like 2 people on him.
Right.
So then Jaylen Brown got the ball. And Jaylen Brown could cook. That's really always what it is in the playoffs. But yeah,
you got to just take advantage
without Tatum.
You have to take advantage of your matchups.
But the one thing too about the Celtics is that they're a very stacked team.
Yeah, they are.
Like they have a lot of good people.
Their bench is
okay,
fire.
They're a super team.
Gotcha.
They are kind of a super team.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But I like how they did it because they did it the natural way. Like who would have thought Pritchard would have been nice like that?
Yeah,
Nobody.
I think like their training staff got to be like real nice.
Right.
Yeah,
right. So
this guy. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I definitely think it's gonna be Knicks, Wolves. They're gonna hype that up, and I honestly think it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think is going to the semifinals at the current pace that they're going at?
We're already in the semifinals.
The finals.
How many rounds is it?
It's 4 rounds.
Oh, okay. So all right. So yeah, round 3 semifinals. Who do you guys think is going to the finals?
It's gonna be New York and the Wolves.
He said the New York and the Wolves. I'm not gonna lie. Just to be a devil's advocate, I got the Pacers.
The Pacers?
The Pacers.
I got the Pacers coming out the East. I think the Pacers going to put belt to ass to the Knicks. Not going to lie.
Okay.
Now,
clock that.
Do you think...
And when the Knicks win...
They're going to clip it.
You're going to get a mob of New York niggas at your house.
Hey, man. I want no smoke. I just like the Pacers because they... As I said, they play like an AAU team. Like when I say AAU team, like they play like a team, you know, like they play like a college team. Like they really, really want it.
Pass first type of thing.
Right. Like everyone is a dog on that team. Like everyone wants it. Like
gotcha.
Compared to the NBA to college, like college, like they have something to prove.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like with the Pacers as well. They have something to prove. And as well, Tyrese Halliburton, he's like, I think he's trying to like show off too that, like, you know how earlier they said that he was underrated.
Yeah,
he was the most underrated, the most voted underrated player by the NBA players.
By other NBA players. Oh shit.
So now he's like doing very good. I think that's like he has that mentality too. Like he has that what's his
got a chip on his shoulder?
Chip on his shoulder. Yeah,
I got you.
That makes sense though, because he wasn't getting a lot of PT on the Olympic team, but he wasn't sad about it. Like, he was on there cheering the guys on. He was just happy to be there type shit.
Oh, yeah, 'cause that's a blessing. You know, on a USA team? Come on.
If they win one for Reggie Miller, that'd be great.
Hey, fuck it.
For Reggie?
For Reggie.
Yo, okay, so if they win one, you think he's the best Pacers player? Or
Halliburton?
the greatest Pacers player? Or not yet, right?
I mean, the thing is, like,
bringing him a ring is
team has
crazy.
been in the playoffs a minute. Like, if you think about it, they make it.
Like last year, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Too, right? Yeah.
They make it. So if they make it over the hump, I don't think he'll be the greatest pacer, but he'll definitely be in conversation.
Top 5 type shit.
Yeah.
Because there's not really a lot of good pacers.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy O'Neal, Reggie Miller.
Right. Who was that? That's when they got rid the Malice in the Palace. What's his name?
Oh,
who started it? Meta. And then they also had what's this guy's name? He got fake teeth. He an old head. He be hanging out with Matt Barnes on his podcast.
Yeah, fake teeth. Oh shit.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what he looked like.
We'll put up a picture up.
Stephen Jackson?
Yeah.
Stephen Jackson?
Stephen Jackson, yeah. Jackson, yeah. And he was nice. Like that core team.
He ain't gangsta. He funny as
yeah.
I think he was getting extorted by like 14-year-olds.
Wait, what?
In LA.
Wait, what? Run that back.
Or somewhere. He was like getting like extorted. Like, because like NBA players was getting extorted.
Yeah.
Shaq was getting extorted
by 14-year-olds?
No, probably not 14-year-olds, but
what the fuck?
Like gang members.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that crazy though?
Draymond too.
Draymond.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like being that rich and you're still like you gotta pay for you to go somewhere. Like that's
fucking wild.
That sucks.
That's
like.
OD. But the next topic. The NBA draft is rigged.
Oh, I could agree with that.
That shit is rigged and it's so obvious, bro.
It's actually sick how they like.
So why do you think that? Why do you think?
All right, so let's take it back. Let's take it back to the most obvious one that everybody's like super skeptical about. The New York Knicks were struggling. The New York Knicks are a big market team in New York. That's where they make most of their money at. Magically, when they inducted the new draft rule, they got the number 1 pick. Who was it?
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing. Let's take it to 2003.
Okay.
LeBron James coming out of high school. He's supposed to be a phenom. He's from Ohio. Who gets the number 1 pick?
Ohio. Cavs.
The Cavs. Okay.
Cavaliers, right?
Okay.
Now, and then 2003, you have, not 2003, sorry. What was it, 2008?
9? Oh, Chris Paul?
No, Derrick Rose.
Oh.
Who gets the number 1 pick?
He's from Chicago.
The Bulls. And he's from Chicago. He's like the hometown hero.
Okay.
Right? Now we take it back to the most recent one. Victor Wembanyama, another phenom. You know?
And he's from San Antonio too.
Isn't he from France? No, but I'm saying like
okay.
All right, so the Spurs get the number 1 pick, right? And he goes to the Spurs where if you're a big man under Popovich, you're gonna excel. Because they had the Admiral, they had Timmy.
I think what do you call it? Like Wembanyama, he was like a generational player.
Yeah, generational
just like
player.
David Robertson,
Yep.
and Timmy.
Okay.
So
both bigs.
Okay.
Right? He goes there. Mind you, did they deserve the number 1 pick? Before that, like that little gap where they lost all their stars, yeah, they were dog shit. But if you look at all the number 1 picks and the ones that I just like stated, they had like a 1.8 chance of getting that number 1 pick.
So for clarification, for a person like me who doesn't understand like how the draft pick works, from my understanding, the team that gets the first pick is normally the first team that's out in the previous season. Is that not how it works?
So that's how it worked before. The number 1 pick used to go to the team with the worst record.
That makes the most sense.
But then they got smart and saying, "Oh, you're purposely tanking to get a better player on your team." So to eliminate tanking, they went to a lottery system where it still ranks you by like how many games you win.
Okay.
But now it kind of shuffles everything around in the top 8, 9 picks. Like top 10 picks, right? 10, yeah. It shuffles everything around. So technically anybody in that 10 category could get it. Now, it's all by chance. So when I say 1.8 chances, I remember they used to throw a ball in a little bingo thing where you spin it and whatever comes out that gets the number 1 pick.
Gotcha.
Before they used to put envelope in it and spin it. But come on. If you really want to
fold the envelope,
to cheat.
What year was that?
I think that was 85. That was the first one.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like, all right, boom, you get the envelope out. Depending on the angle of the camera, you can't even see what the guy's reading. So they could say whatever they want.
Some gibberish.
Right? So it's like, it doesn't even really matter.
Okay.
How good your record is or how bad you are.
Now, question: we're in the modern era. Why haven't they gone electronic with something like this?
Because then they can't rig it like they want to.
Okay. So you believe that they haven't switched because you think that they're doing this on
Everything is
purpose.
calculated,
Okay.
bro.
All right.
Think about this. Dallas traded a generational player from Europe, best player in the world, Luka, to LA, right?
Okay.
Blockbuster trade. Everybody's like, what the fuck would they do that?
Okay.
Now they have a 1.8 chance of getting the number one pick, and they got it to get another quote unquote generational player to fill their spot. And it's not even a player that is like that they would need like if they already had a number 2 or 3, because they don't.
Okay.
It is exactly what they needed in order to fit with
that
Anthony
time.
Davis and Kyrie Irving, which is Cooper Flag.
And
That
he's
is
white.
suspicious. That is suspicious. I will agree with you guys.
That is super suspicious.
Yeah, I will agree. That
How
is
you
suspicious.
trade the best player on
Okay.
your team?
And think about this: how are all 3 generational players who's ever got drafted to the Mavs, right?
Okay.
How are they all white? Think
Now
about that.
I don't- what kind of connection we're making here? I'm not sure.
I'm saying, but it is rigged because it's like it's kind of just so obvious that the best player coming out of college, you traded your biggest asset,
Okay.
and now he just magically fits in your scheme.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's what I'm saying.
That's weird. Yeah.
What was their chances?
1.8%.
Yeah. It's not impossible, but statistically, that stands out.
Come on, man. Perfect fit for the team. All that is
Yeah.
too many. And it happened too many times before. Like, what are the chances that LeBron James goes number 1 to the Cavs? All right, that would have been like, oh, wow. You know? And then Derrick Rose. And then he wins the MVP, being the youngest MVP
Uh-huh.
when LeBron had better stats than him overall. He did phenomenal that year. And he should have won Defensive Player of the Year that year.
Oh, LeBron.
Yeah, but they hold him.
What they gave to Marc Gasol? What they gave to
They
him?
get somebody else.
Oh, nah. He was on the Heat.
Yeah, he was on the Heat. That's when he was shitting. That was Brolic Braun.
Yeah. What year was it? 2011? 2012, 2011,
2011
2012.
when he won it, yeah.
Okay.
I think he was on 2012's cover. Derrick Rose.
Oh, Derrick Rose.
Yeah. Damn, that was a great game.
2K13 cover.
Was it? I thought it was 12.
I think like 13 has like 3 people on it, like KD, Derrick Rose, and someone else.
Because then you could buy the different cover arts.
No,
of
that's
who
16.
You wanted. That was 16? But Derrick Rose was on 16.
Nah.
Oh, I remember Derrick
No,
Rose being on
the
one of them.
13, it just has 3 people on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So, do you think? I think that shit's scripted, bro. Now, mind you,
The way that you're laying out the evidence, it's a possibility. I'm not. The fact that they haven't gone electronic, that is suspicious. That, to me personally, that's suspicious because that would limit the amount of rigging possible. So, for instance, like when you go to a casino, the slot machines, by law, you cannot make it so that people cannot win, but the casino can still adjust it to adjust the amount of payouts that a machine does. So, if you go electronic, it's a lot easier to audit that kind of shit. So it to me it is suspicious. I will agree with you on that.
but I'm saying everything's just like they're doing shit like it's a storyline. Like this is real life 2K25 story mode. Because think about it like this too.
Okay.
LeBron goes to the Lakers. We're in pandemic mode. That team was good, but what are the chances LeBron wins the title? Like what was it? First year with the Lakers?
No, it's second, I think.
His second year in the bubble, he wins it. I think that final was boring. He won by like it was like what 4-1.
Yeah, the Heat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That finals was boring. That the finals run was nice though. Like that playoff run. Mm-hmm. I like the bubble.
The bubble was.
It was fun. It was like pure hoops.
Yeah, everybody was locked in, like because that's all they could do. You
Okay.
You just had to go play basketball. And that's it.
Hell yeah. And like the assest people were scoring like 40 points.
Crazy.
Oh, fuck.
People
That shit
you
was
never
fire.
suspected.
But that makes it more fun. I feel like
I'm saying,
when you
it was-
don't expect shit like that to happen, yeah.
It's kind of like like in baseball what was that when they had when they was taking steroids and shit? What was that
Oh,
called?
the Barry Bond era.
Barry Bond era. It was kind of like that. Like everybody was all
It was exciting.
yeah. Everyone was dropping 40, 30.
Nah, that shit was crazy because they were really juiced up going at it. And then there was fights all the time too. Cause
Oh, yeah.
But yo, imagine that shit now, bro. How much, well, not better because I don't think you use all your players on roids, but
That would be entertaining. I'm just saying. I think sports are better when everybody's roided out. I'm just saying.
Damn.
And that's my hot take for the day.
Oh, I got a hot take I was thinking about
What's
on
that?
the way here. It's not about none of that though. It's about like music.
Okay, what's
You want me to say it?
Go off.
Go out and say it. All right. So on my way here, right, I was listening to Future. I was like, damn, yo, Future really hard.
Okay.
And then I was really thinking about it. I was like, damn, like all of our goats washed. Because I be listening to Young Thug recently, and I'm like, damn, he just don't be hitting like that. Young Thug don't be hitting, and Future don't be hitting. I just be like, damn, what's up with my goats?
but to be honest,
What do you mean?
Are they falling off?
No, I don't think so.
Or am I just growing out of their sound? Like, what is it?
it might be that.
I'm just growing out of their sound?
For me personally, what I've noticed is
Nah, like it can't. Wait, I'm sorry, but it can't be that. Because have you heard the most recent Young Thug and Future song?
I have.
heard it
I didn't
once.
like it.
I can't be bugging, bro.
Yeah.
I probably got to wait until Young Thug's album. But
It
I
might
don't
just
know.
be the song because
Yeah.
you heard Dumb Dumb and Dumber. I think that song's amazing.
I'm not gonna lie.
That was an okay song for me.
I don't know, man. That shit might not even be that hard too. I don't know.
It's an okay song.
My mind
It's an
just
okay
might be
song.
But at the
just.
same time, how? Come on, bro. Even Lil Wayne had to fall off. I mean, like you can't expect them to be great their whole lives.
No, I'm not. I'm not
know what
not
I'm
disagreeing
saying?
with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm
I
just.
think what Melly's asking is, did he personally grow out of their music style?
Is it that, or are they just ass now? Because I give it to them. They goats. That's why I say they goats. They fire like they goats, and they have their proteges as well. Like that's how you know someone really a goat when he influenced a whole bunch of other artists. You know.
Yeah. Agreed.
But I don't know. Like nowadays, I just can't really listen to Young Thug. I can't listen to Future. I'm not even trying to listen to that. Like I don't know.
You know who I blame for that?
Who's
All these ADHD little rappers that come up now,
These band lab rappers.
dropping a minute 30-second songs. I give it to them. The beat be hard as fuck, but then you just feel
the
like.
beat that's carrying them.
But
It's
though-
not that they're good.
But then they have the hooks and the melodies, and you be like, "Damn, nah, this shit fire," and then that shit's over. It's like a minute song. I was like, "Damn, bro."
Now you know why they do that though. They do it for the replay.
Oh, replay value. Damn, bro.
It's because
That shit runs it up.
everybody wants a viral song on like TikTok and shit, and you're not gonna make a TikTok longer than a minute for most people that are making those type of videos.
That's fine.
So it only makes sense that they keep it short and simple.
Damn.
But gentlemen, let's move on to the next topic here. Were you guys made aware that we have essentially have turned off any type of immigration for refugees into the country since the top of this year? Were you guys made aware of this?
You said we stopped.
All refugees from every other country has been stopped since the top of this year.
Yeah.
Up until recently.
Oh, I did not know that.
It was up until recently. Do you guys know what country was finally allowed to start bringing refugees in again?
Africa. Well, that's a continent. South Africa.
So South Africa, apparently by the Trump administration, has been granted a special refugee status specifically for the Afrikaner population of South Africa.
Afrikaner?
Afrikaner. Do you guys know who that specific racial group is?
Say white. Say white.
Caucasian.
So yes, they happen to be specifically the white people of South Africa. These are the people of Dutch French and some European descent. It just so happens that these people are also the same racial group that Elon Musk belongs to.
Bro, listen, bro.
Internet.
This guy Trump, wait, before you go.
Okay.
This guy Trump said, we kicking all you Mexicans, Haitians, Africans, except for you white niggas. You have to come in.
That's what's essentially been happening.
Yeah.
So this has actually drummed up a lot of debate online. Again, it's specifically the racist white people are like, let these white people in. And then everybody's also like, what about everybody else?
Right.
This is actually such a heated debate that the Episcopal Church, I don't even know how to pronounce it. They are an organization, a branch of the denomination of the Catholic Church, I believe, that has helped millions of people since the last 40 years. They had a partnership with the U.S. to bring in refugees and help resettle people into the country. They have effectively ended their partnership with the U.S. government as of this month. That's how serious the people in the church were that upset that only these white people are getting in, that they had to end their partnership to the point where they're just not even gonna even bother with the U.S.
Facts. And it's like, it's so crazy because you know why? So the Afrikaners are claiming that their land is getting stolen. Because they're farmers, right?
Correct.
They're all farmers. So they're
not all farmers, but the majority of the farmland owned in South Africa is owned by this racial group. Right. Now, do you know why they own the majority of that land?
Colonization? I don't fucking know. Is it?
So these are the same people that started the apartheid state in South Africa and segregation. The same people.
Yeah.
Do you guys know when they actually lost power in South Africa? It happened in our lifetime.
Like last year?
No. It's been a couple of decades now.
2000.
Early 90s.
Oh, okay.
So it happened in our life. These guys just lost power. And the segregation and apartheid state in South Africa just recently ended. This happened in their lifetime. But these people feel that they are being... Let me rephrase this.
Wait,
the Trump administration...
Wait, ain't like Mr. Beast give power to Africa?
What do you mean?
Bro. What are you talking?
So
I think he built wells.
Oh, no, I think I'm talking about Akon.
Akon has a city, apparently.
Yeah.
He has a city in Africa.
He like not keeping it up with it or something like that. Or
Is he not?
bugging.
I thought he was going to have like
Think
a whole
about it. You know
cryptocurrency.
how much money you have to get a whole city and keep it up? Akon don't got that.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, it wasn't Akon like rocking like fake Dior or something.
he had a good statement for it. He said, "Who's gonna clock me? I'm Akon," which makes sense, bro.
True. like
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Like who is it? Like who was the dude who Mark Zuckerberg? Ain't he wear like the same shirt every day?
No, you're thinking of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. He always wear that sweater and blue jeans, turtleneck and blue jeans.
I heard he stunk.
For real?
Yeah, I heard he didn't keep up with his hygiene.
Oh shit.
I don't know that much about. I know a good chunk about like his business, like reputation and stuff like that, but not like his personal reputation and things of that nature. But going back to this story here. Gentlemen, right now the internet is in massive debate because the Trump administration granted these people refugee status, and specifically the class of refugee that they were given status as, they actually would get like Social Security benefits and stuff like that, and different like food stamp benefits and things of that nature. So essentially like almost as if they were poor. But these are the richer people in the population that are being let into the country with these benefits. And the country is pretty much divided between the racist white people going, yo, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we taking in the rich white people and then keeping out all the poors? That's kind of fucking wild.
Another thing with that is a recipe for disaster, bro. So you're gonna have the Afrikaners who deliberately know that they don't like the actual people of Africa, right? To come to the United States where the racial tension is so high and bring that over here. And then you're going to give them benefits while they're already being rich is OD.
Now, We don't know the people that came over. I believe the first 40 people have come over. We don't know if they are specifically racist themselves. They are part of the racial group that has been, according to the Trump administration, persecuted in South Africa. Now, do you want to know why they say it's a genocide that they're having in the country? So between 1990 and now, how many people do you think have been killed from their racial group to the point that the Trump administration had to claim that these people needed refugee status? What do you think the count is?
At least in the 7 digits.
7 digits? Not even close.
1,000?
Not even close.
8?
A little bit closer.
You talking about more digits?
Between 1990 and now, we're talking about 40-something farmers or something like that died.
Wow.
Wait, you said 40?
I believe so. It's something in that ballpark. But they're claiming that there's a genocide happening that's being orchestrated by the South African government. But the South African government's like, we have no fucking proof of this. Can you show us like the proof? So right now, these people were granted refugee status with almost minimal deaths happening, if any, that are actually, there's nothing that's proving that it's state sanctioned. If anything, it's just random farm attacks.
So another thing I've been seeing, because I was doing my research on it, there's actually a lot of South Africans posting under those videos of them like saying that they could come over. And a lot of them, if not 80 to 90%, are saying they're just upset because they had to gain their wealth like we've gained our wealth. So basically, they're not getting stuff handed to them anymore. They have to earn it. And that's why all these claims are coming up. Now, do you believe that?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Can you repeat that?
So, under the videos that I've been watching, there's a lot of people from South Africa that are saying that they're not getting stuff handed to them, the Afrikaners, anymore.
They were rich.
So that's why they're saying that they have to grind it out like everybody else.
That's called life. What do you want?
Now, if we take a turn, apparently gingers are black now. Have you heard that?
I did see this. You haven't seen this on TikTok?
No.
Bro.
So this is a thing on TikTok. So apparently the black community has taken in the entire ginger community.
The
gingers.
They have essentially rejected their white racial background because they've been accepted, and they've never felt this accepted before in their lives.
There's a reason for that.
Can they say the N-word though?
No, I don't think they said that. But listen to this.
No.
Somebody actually broke it down, right? So it all started when a lady said that gingers are the black people of the white people. Because you know how nobody really fucks with gingers.
Like South
right?
Park?
Right. And then they dove deeper into it, saying that the reason that they're gingers because they have melanin in their DNA, but they also have, the Caucasian side. So when you have a ginger with freckles, it's basically the body not knowing how much melanin to distribute.
But that's facts.
That is a fact. Can we fact check that?
Because they don't have melanin in their skin?
So gingers with freckles, they have some type of African descent in them, so they have the melanin gene. So the body can't configure how much to put in where, right? Then somebody dove that deeper and said that in Ireland, when they were having that big war, there's apparently a lot of African Americans there. And then what they did was, after they had like this war, they basically took all those African Americans and put them in the Caribbean. And that's why a lot of Caribbean people have like the craziest last names.
Wait.
Like what's an example of like last name?
So like Buddy Heald, you know how he's from Barbados?
Yeah.
Is Heald the black last name? No, come on, man.
I don't know.
Have you? It's like Parker. Parker is usually originated from there. There was a lot of examples.
So Peter Parker is black.
Hey man, you said it, not me.
Shit.
Now, all right.
He's a thug that dresses up at night and fights people. I'm just kidding.
So to clarify, the gingers are not specifically African. They're not of African descent. So the reason why they have red hair is because they have a mutation in their MC1 gene that causes that mutation.
And where does it come from?
What do you mean? So it says that this is mostly happens to people with northern and northwestern European ancestry specifically. Yeah.
And then they're black. Because listen, red velvet cake is just chocolate cake with red dye in it.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Oh, no, I just saw it on TikTok.
That is the thing.
Comparing fucking ginger?
He's right.
That's what
Is he comparing a cake to a ginger?
Nah, man.
So what you're telling me is that Kodak Black and Ed Sheeran's relationship is actually, they could be cousins.
Down the line. I mean, we're all humans. Skin color doesn't matter. We're all cousins.
So, moral of the story is that Kodak Black and Ed Sheeran need to drop a collab tomorrow.
She'll be fired.
Oh, and just a correction. So, earlier on when I mentioned the 40 people that had died between 2012 or between 1990 and now, it's not 40 people in total. It's averaging 40 people per year, somewhere around there.
Shit.
Yeah, but it's still not a lot compared to like other countries where, like, for instance, Gaza and Palestine, where people are dying by hundreds of thousands, like...
But that's
throughout the war so far.
That's war though.
Yeah.
Like there's
but
no
those
war
refugees, that's the people that we take in. But we're not taking them in. Think about that.
Oh shit, man. That shit out.
Oh shit. All right, gentlemen. So what's the verdict on what side of the internet are we falling on? Are we gonna should let everybody in, nobody in, or just the Afrikaners?
Bro, you gotta choose a side, bro. Either we let nobody in or we let everybody in. Because once you start just letting one group of people in that already hate black people, it's kind of crazy.
Now, here's something that I've been reading about, like, American history. Something that I actually did discover back in the middle of, like, the 1900s. The U.S. policy when it came to immigration, they were very selective on how they gave out, like, visas and what countries got visas. Mm-hmm. So specifically, the majority and bulk of the visas that they were giving out were only to Eastern European countries. Anything closer to the west of Europe, anything like India, Africa, and stuff like that, they were severely limited in the amount of visa. So this is not something that's new, that the fact that we're only letting the white people in. This is just reoccurring from our past history. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that it should be allowed?
Well, that does make sense, actually, because back when, when they started letting people on and they were coming off the boats, they were mostly from Italy, right? Well,
Italy was one of the countries that was limited in the amount of people that were allowed in.
So
crazy enough.
European? Just Europe?
Yeah, closer Eastern European was more the people that they were letting in.
Okay, so like Poland?
Yeah, Poland, those areas around there, yeah.
Letting in here?
Yes, into the U.S.
And like Irish?
Irish to a limited extent.
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, all right, so the mafia got here because they were gangsters technically in Italy, and then they came over here, and then being in their communities, this, that, and third, they made the Italian mafia,
the mob.
Okay,
which that nigga was fucking shit up for.
Everybody in the mob was fucking
going crazy.
Our culture changed so much because of that mob culture, that gangster mob culture, to the point that it literally reshaped all of like crime for the entire time being up until today.
Yeah.
So when was the mob? Like 1940s, 30s?
The mob would have been started directly after Prohibition had started, because the mob was created in order to move alcohol, illegally smuggle it throughout the U.S. So directly after that. So I believe that was before World War II, somewhere in the 20s, I think. Somewhere in that.
Wait. So the mob wasn't a thing before Prohibition?
No.
I thought they got most of their money from Prohibition.
No. So the mob became like as prevalent as it was because of Prohibition. That's how they were making the bulk of their money. It wasn't like they were moving just drugs and stuff like that. It was because of Prohibition. So when the government clamped down on everybody and was like, nobody's having alcohol, the mob was like, we can move moonshine and shit like that around this. And that's actually how we also got NASCAR too, because of Prohibition. We got NASCAR. Yeah, because they started making race cars in order to outrun the police.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
A little bit of American history right there.
Ryan went to school.
No, just reading books. Fuck school.
He paid attention.
That Google search finally helped you out, huh?
Oh, shit.
That deep dive.
All right, gentlemen, but that brings us to the ad break. Do you guys want to tell the audience where they could find all of our socials if they're interested in following us on other platforms?
Just join us on our link tree. You can find all our videos and podcasts on YouTube, YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, and Castbox. Join our conversation in our Discord. And Melly, take it off.
And if you're really liking this, you can follow us on our social media, Instagram, X, whatever, on our TikTok as well. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Let's move on to the next criminal activity.
Moving on to court hearings. Gentlemen, the freak-off case of the century
Oh, shit.
has begun. Have you guys been keeping up with this?
Bro.
Well, you was a part of it, right?
I might have been.
Hey,
yo. Delete that.
Keep that in. Relax. Like, you know what's crazy? Like, before Cassie spoke, I would have been all about them jokes.
Okay.
But, bro, when she actually says it, that's actually kind of disgusting. I'm not going to lie.
Wait, you heard her say it?
Well, I've been keeping up with the court trials. So what's been going on Twitter is they've been doing, like, the play-by-play. So whenever the attorney asked something, she would answer, and then it kind of go back and forth. So,
And the drawings, too.
and the drawings, right? So apparently, Diddy is a cuck. He lets just escorts.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's a cuck. And
No, listen to this though. The escort
Okay.
that he paid to pee in Cassie's mouth, right?
Uh-huh.
He stated that Diddy was in a corner watching with like a bandana over his face and something covering him, but
Okay.
he obviously could tell that's Sean Combs.
Yeah.
Bro, that's cuck behavior, first of all. And then the second thing is, she said that after the escort finished, he would make her rub his semen on his nipples.
Wait, what?
No, time out.
What
This is
the?
great.
Wait.
So that's deadass. So,
The escort's semen
all right, here's a breakdown.
on Diddy's nipples?
Diddy's nipples.
So here's a breakdown, because I actually went deep into this. I went deep
While
into
his
this.
kids are in court, he brought the kids.
The kids were walked out traffic.
Oh,
yeah, they got walked out.
And he has daughters, too.
Yes.
That's so
They walked them out when
crazy.
they got graphic like that.
Yeah.
So essentially, the way that they laid it out was that he would get an escort. He would have Cassie sit across from the escort, and then he would sit across from Cassie, and then he would have Cassie watch the escort and then describe what the escort was doing while they all masturbated at the same time. After that, then they would progress to the more graphic shit.
So it was like
After Cassie would then sleep with the escort, she would take the condom off of him and then rub his semen on Diddy's chest. Crazy shit.
And mind you,
crazy shit.
Diddy is there giving commentary. He's like, use more baby oil. It's not enough. The diddler is freaky.
Yeah. You know what the craziest part about all of this is? His lawyer's not denying any of it.
Yeah.
His lawyer is actually like, listen, Your Honor, my client is a drug addict. He is a domestic abuser. He does all of the shit you guys are talking about, and he's a little sexually deviant. But he is not a sex trafficker. That's what these are. He just doesn't want the federal charges.
Bro,
Yeah,
that is true.
That's all they're
But that's the
looking for.
only angle he could take. Because he already paid Cassie to not drop the book. So, like, kind of when you settle, it's kind of admitting to guilt. 'Cause
Exactly.
why would he pay?
No. You got to be careful.
Well, not admitting to guilt,
Yeah.
but it's like common knowledge that if you settle out of court, you don't want to
It
book
doesn't
the
look
drop.
good. It doesn't look good.
Something in that book that.
Yeah.
But, and then Cassie was saying today that Diddy would make her do the freak offs with her having like UTIs and all that stuff.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it was burning while she was doing it, and she couldn't say no, right?
Now they asked her how many freak offs in total she like could recall. She said there was too many to even count. That's how many. That's how many we're talking about. And she said that some of these would last for days. They would be drug fueled for days.
Bro, when I saw this guy had a 50-foot bed in his backyard with all white
That's
sheets,
fucking weird. It's weird.
He had a bed in his backyard. Like, what?
Yeah, man.
No one thought that was a red flag.
Yo, that's crazy.
And the craziest thing about all of this is she's pregnant and her husband got to hear.
Oh my
all that
God,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, that is fucking
That's so crazy.
insane.
You better have some good psychiatrists. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Do you guys think that Diddy's lawyers like angle is going to work? Their goal right now is to just get rid of the federal charges.
Yeah.
They
Wait,
don't care if you
'cause
take
they-
them to like civil court and shit like that.
So everything that happened so far, they didn't say anything about the sex trafficking, right? Like sex trafficking?
Well, that's
Sex
That's what they're
trafficking?
trying to prove.
Yeah, that's what they're trying
But
to
they,
prove right
they,
now.
they don't have anything yet.
Well, no, the prosecution is laying that out.
Yeah,
That's why
okay.
they
They're on
gave
trial
all
right
of this
now.
evidence of the escorts and all of that. That's why they're trying to lay this out that he was trafficking people on top of that because of his association with the escorts and whatnot.
Question: Didn't Diddy try to blow up Kid Cudi's car?
Yes.
And you know why?
Yes.
Because he was dating Cassie.
Yes.
Yeah, send that nigga to jail. Put him under the jail.
Blow up someone's
Wait,
car
they brought this up,
insane.
right?
They're gonna bring it up because you know as soon as like trial goes in, they get more into that, so they keep calling in people,
More witnesses
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's
But
crazy.
that's
And-
the only angle that could really take is like, hey, yeah, he's a freaky ass frog, but he's not a sex trafficker. And like Boosie even tried to defend him. He's like, it sounds to me like he's just a freaky dude, but you know what I'm saying?
I don't know all this. Now,
You know-
in order for them to establish a case of sex trafficking, they're going to have to show that there's first of all some types of transactions happening between either the victims that are being trafficked and Sean and they probably could too because it was escorts. So they probably do have at least some type of paper trail leading back to
It was on Craigslist though, so yeah. Craigslist is like, yeah, he was getting prostitutes off of Craigslist.
They was getting like those type of like third.
Bro, they're crazy.
Well,
I was thinking
Just
like
because they're
Diddy
on
has
Craigslist,
like, you know what I'm saying, like
The
a
elites.
like elites.
he was on the
Not no,
FC list.
not no fucking Craigslist fucking, not fucking Joe Smo who twerks in the fucking
but
local
think about
stripper
it.
club.
Back
like,
in the day, that's probably where you got all your escorts on online. So
Now,
and
something-
then he didn't care. He was jerking it in the
yo,
corner.
he's-
It wasn't
like,
him getting the diseases.
how does your mind like get to that point though? Like
So-
you have to be like I mean Diddy's been famous for
while,
since the
a very-
90s,
yeah,
right?
very long time,
Since the
yes.
90s. So we could just imagine like
30 plus years of just famous. Yeah.
it's just
So I was actually talking to my girlfriend about this. I was like, how does it get to this point? And I laid out the hypothesis. It's like,
Okay.
once you get, I feel like rich and famous people, once they get so much vagina, they just get bored of it and
like
start
numb.
experimenting.
it's like numb, right?
Yeah. So, but is it true or false?
No,
I don't think that's how it works.
yeah, it's a dopamine, right?
They
Not
start
even that. You don't
experimenting.
just change. Your sexuality just doesn't change midway through your life. So I feel like
I don't know.
Wait.
I don't know.
Let me say this one thing though. Let me say that this might be like a hot take or something, but back in the day in the 90s, who did Diddy run with? The Bad Boys.
the bad boys. Okay.
Who did he run with? With Biggie, right?
Biggie and them.
So I heard. I don't know if it's alleged. I'm pretty sure this is true,
Okay.
but let me just say, like allegedly, like their manager was like from the other side. Their manager was from the other side.
Okay.
And there is like a rumor
Okay.
that I don't want to be the one to say this, but that Biggie is like that.
He has
Have
a
y'all
couple
heard
of
that?
gay bars. He has a couple of gay bars. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, when he said, you look so good.
I'll suck your daddy's dick. That's a bar.
That's
And there was-
crazy.
There's another one where he was gonna shove a broom up a nigga's ass or some shit like that. Like he has a couple of like weird bars that
Like,
really go into.
and you gotta think about it. Like you're like around Diddy and the other gay dude. So like, I mean, I'm not trying to be the dude who's like, oh yeah, you gotta be like that, but like, you gotta like those bars are crazy. Like
to put him out on a musically produced album is
And your man's and like your label owner or whatever Diddy was is a freak ball like that, and then your manager is a gay guy. I don't know.
I mean, he did offer to take 50 Cent shopping.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of weird.
And
okay,
another hot take.
Yo,
Meek Mill definitely dabbled. I don't care what nobody say.
Yo, cause
you ain't gonna have me in the pool saying, "Oh, my legs hurt," and then niggas say, "You did your thing, daddy." Come on, bro.
Cause he looked worn out, bro. He looked worn out in that water. They said like the comments said he's trying to cool off.
Nah, I don't know.
Nah, cause that is crazy. But what else about Meek? Yeah, cause why?
Meek got a lot of weird like videos. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you see that one video when him and Diddy was in the club and like he was rapping, right? And then he says he said get naked, or he says like some freaky shit in the song, and Diddy like turned around and started dancing like this. You seen that, right? Yo, Diddy was like this, right? And as soon as Meek Mill said like, yeah, let's get naked, Diddy was like, what else?
I'm telling you, man, freaked out.
Cause why was Meek Mill and Diddy wearing the same outfit too? You seen that? They were saying wearing the same outfit
when they were hugging the little person,
and they had a midget in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, Meek Mill needs to be investigated in these court trials.
Yo, the one thing too is like,
don't think it's outlandish because Kanye said he was sucking his cousin's dick. Don't think it's outlandish, and that's your man's. That's your man's.
Said nothing of Kanye in this entire conversation. You brought him up.
You haven't brought up Kanye since he said that.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. You haven't been jacking. Pause. You haven't been jacking Kanye since that. Pause.
Since that, you haven't brought him up.
Yo,
I'm here. He's a musical genius. He can say whatever he wants.
Kanye dropped the album and everything too, and you haven't even talked about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta back away for a little bit. Let's sit settle. If he makes another college dropout, we could talk again.
Nah, bro. That was your man's. And you stuck with him through thick and thin.
Oh shit!
Nah,
man.
Now going back to this Diddy situation, something that they also outlined. So you guys remember the Cassie video where he beat her up when she was going to the elevator? Mm-hmm. So they also got testimony from the cop that investigated that. Apparently, when the cop, like after they reviewed the footage and they went to confront Sean in his hotel room, when he went to the door, apparently Diddy tried to bribe him and gave him a stack of cash to try to like stay quiet. But he was like, "It's already on video. I can't really make this go away at this point." Right. Do you, in a situation like that, if you were placed into that cop's shoes and nobody would have ever seen that video, would you guys have ratted?
Damn, bro.
$1 million in a book bag. Boom. You never see this guy again.
Damn, bro.
Would y'all have ratted?
yeah, that's $1 million, bro. Yeah, that's $1 million. Give me that.
So the cops stated that he didn't take the money because it was already on video. Is that how it?
The hotel had already reviewed the camera footage, but then the cop became aware that the hotel knew before he had confronted Diddy.
Right.
Now let's pretend that he didn't know ahead of time.
And they're offering $1 million.
$1 million.
So it really comes down to like the type of cop you are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because if you out there defending the peace, you're not gonna take that.
Okay.
You'll get more satisfaction from being the guy that caught Diddy while he's doing domestic violence, right?
That makes
but then
sense.
on the other side,
okay,
if you type that just in it for the bread, you're gonna take the money. But at the same time, I feel like
depends. Like
it
like
really
your morals.
depends. Yeah, like depends on your morals and like what you really in it for. Because if you're a cop, honestly, you get called to domestic violence
regularly.
Calls. Yeah,
regularly.
So it's just a fact that you're gonna become more numb to everything.
Yeah.
So to him, it could have been just another chick getting beat up.
Possibility.
Right.
Possibility. So do you guys think that if the cameras were off, And
I think he would have taken the bread.
He would have taken
Bro, you
it?
know how many people probably get paid off by cops?
It probably happens, especially. It probably happens less because of police cams now. Cams probably have slowed that down. But in the past, it probably happened all the time. Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah, all the time. Just people probably have cops on payroll.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That definitely happens. So I was actually watching a YouTube video from Channel 5 News on YouTube, and they actually did like a deep dive. Did you guys know that police departments have gangs?
Yeah.
Like inside of the police force?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like actual like gangs within the police force where they have like all like certain like tattoos and stuff like that that designate that they're a part of a gang inside of the police force, and like their initiations are the same thing as regular gangs where it's like you have to go kill somebody in order to get initiated.
Nah, what the?
Yes.
What, like in the U.S.?
Yes, in the U.S. That's happening here in the U.S. They did like a deep dive investigation into that shit.
Well, is there a specific state?
They were doing specifically California, and they talked about some of like the ones that were already like outed in Cali. But that apparently that's a big thing across the entire country.
Because think about it, bro. What if you're like a Klansman and you just have 6 Klansmen cadets in the academy? 5 of them get accepted and pass, right? That's technically 5 people in the KKK that are cops that are just shooting.
Dead ass. and they like outlined that a lot of these people that are these cops that are in these gangs are also like white supremacists. Like they have ties to white supremacy and shit like that. Like they've outlined that. And then the worst ones normally tend to be inside of the actual prisons themselves because the cops technically have to be like. They have to protect each other inside of prison because if not, it's you versus the prisoners at all times. And that shit does not work. So sometimes they'll have like brutal deaths to the match inside of prisons that are organized by the gangs, the police gangs inside of the prisons and shit like that.
Like a fight club?
Yeah, dead ass. That's dead ass what they be having.
Now, how would you stop that? Like what would the steps need to be taken to disband all of that?
That's systematic. That's the way the system is set up.
The gangs?
The way that the system is set up is that cops are going to have to protect each other because they don't have there's like a police union, but there's no actual like outside agency that would help them to control or keep under control their teammate. Like think of a teammate. If a teammate is going out of line, but it's not being discovered by, like, let's say, the referee, are you going to go out of your way to point it out to the ref? You're probably not. Yeah. You're going to keep quiet because it's like, oh, shit, we're winning. We're going to keep fucking trying to win. So that's kind of the environment that those type of situations breed. So it becomes difficult, even for good cops, to sometimes step up and do the right thing.
So I have a question. So what's like the benefits of being in a gang? Because aren't you kind of already in a gang since you're a police officer? And you're already, like, looking at each other's backs?
I have no clue. I don't know what the mentality is.
Bro, there's strength in numbers, and you could definitely... One person trying to cover something up is way harder than 5 people with the same agenda trying to cover something up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So say it's like a group of like 7 officers and the leader. So it's like 8. So boom. Say they go out to Shikshini or whatever, like in the mountains, and they find like some moonshine. Like you think those, like since they're in a gang, they would get rid of the moonshine and not even speak about it? Like it's like that?
Most likely, and then they would go sell it somewhere else.
Something like that, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like once I watched that, I was like, wait, we actively know that this is happening and haven't tried to change anything? Like that to me was wild. And it's like once a police department, at least when the public becomes aware of it, because sometimes the police department themselves know that it's happening and they try to keep it internal to try to solve it on their own, but that shit never works. So once the public becomes like involved, that's when the police department will try to go, okay, well, we're going to put all of these people on administrative leave until we investigate this, blah, 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 blah. And then nothing normally comes out of it, unfortunately. And the gangs just continue. Like, shit is wild. Shit is wild.
And another question. You said they kill people. Like, they kill people, like, out of, like, not with the badge? Like, say...
No, like, with the badge. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Wait, so, like, but they kill someone because they're supposed to, or just
because that could be part of their initiation.
Yeah, like their job, like
yeah,
a part of the job. Like
no, that's not part of their job. It's part of the initiation into the gang. So you know how like for certain gangs you get like jumped in,
right?
That's like they're getting jumped in. You have to kill somebody.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do they kill someone because they're a criminal and they're doing something bad, or they're just killing like? Oh, okay.
That's one of those.
Yeah, I feel like it just depends. Yeah. Like if they catch somebody like doing something crazy, it's probably like a field day for them.
Yeah,
like, this is my chance.
That ass.
Damn.
Yo, that's insane though.
Mm-hmm. So going back to the cop in this situation, he did the right thing in this moment. Do you guys think that him doing the right thing in that moment was beneficial to Cassie because now she has to go through this entire situation with her family and everything?
So that video was what, 2016? Didn't they withheld the actual footage from getting out to the public until
it didn't come out
recently?
until like last couple of years.
Yeah. So it wasn't like somebody leaked that footage. So him not accepting the bribe was, something that he did off like morality, but it really didn't help Cassie because nobody really like once that video got out of her getting like hit by the elevator, that's when she threatened to release the book, and that's when they settled out of court for $20 million.
Exactly. It happened after the video came out.
In 24 hours. She originally wanted 30, and they settled at $20 million.
So that might have been like a little jab, like I'm not playing with you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like they threw that out like trying to antagonize Diddy, like trying to give him the money so he does give up the money. That's what you're saying?
So, well, I think she was going to drop it just to drop it.
Okay.
But then Diddy heard about it, and he was like, nah, you can't do that. Because why?
So do you think that then Diddy tried to... Well, he settled the case itself. Like,
so she didn't release the book, and then she got $20 million off rip in 24 hours. Because mind you, in these 24 hours, he was selling his shares from Revolt TV. He was, he gave up Ciroc, right? And then what else he do? Was Sean John still a thing? Is that like...
Yeah, it might have been
I think he still has his brand. He might still own that.
So he was selling stuff off to get this money to pay off Cassie.
Yeah.
To keep her quiet.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a matter of time. But yeah, man, like all these, like, imagine all the stuff he's done that hasn't even come out yet. Because what if Biggie was going to be like...
And he got
P. Diddy's my gay lover.
Yo, but that's the thing.
And
like,
then he got smoked.
He's involved with those murders.
Mm-hmm. Well, another thing saying that, they were saying that Tupac was a little fruity too.
Really?
Tupac?
Yeah.
Like possibility.
Tupac was never a gangster.
Yeah,
he was a band, like a theater kid.
Yeah, he was a theater kid.
I'm not gonna lie. You want to know one thing about like this whole? I don't want to bring up this whole Kendrick and Drake conversation again.
Okay.
But Drake is actually like very alike to Tupac, because Tupac wasn't Tupac from the East Coast and then he went to the West.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's from the East Coast and then he started Jack in the West with Death Row and shit, like when he was starting rapping.
Okay.
And he was an actor before he was rapping as well.
Okay.
That's like connected. That's like Drake right there.
I'm
just saying.
That's a wild stretch.
I was out of stretch though, and he just said he wasn't really gangster. Like say Drake was an actor before he was rapping.
Okay.
And Drake jacked a whole nother like culture. Drake's from Canada.
Come up to in notoriety.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, everything is just a persona.
Yeah, I'm just saying that little thing, but
everything's a persona at the end of the day. Like 6ix9ine played gangster, and then he ended up ratting on everybody.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? True or false?
Yeah.
Factual statement.
What else? There's more. Everything's a persona.
Well, like Gunna?
Gunna snitched, but he was like, hey, man, it might be, it might not be. But it's leaning towards yes.
Okay.
So Gunna snitched, but at the same time, Gunna wasn't toting guns; he was making melodies.
Nah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think it's just like.
Now, which are of the ones that are not personas? Which are the most 10 toes down? Who do you think?
Young Thug.
I would have to put like
Young Thug.
Young Thug is definitely in that.
Dirk was like
group.
that.
Dirk is in that. Vaughn is in.
I'll give it to Chris Brown because he's an R&B nigga, but he'll fight
He
somebody.
throws
he
some
don't
hands.
care.
He throws some hands.
You know who I think is not like that? Soulja Boy.
Yeah, hell no.
No. Yeah, Soulja
He's
Boy's
the
not
one
like that.
to pop the most shit, but I never seen him in a fight. But I do see him.
Imagine fighting.
But I do see him with a big ass popsicle. Remember in that?
Hey,
Bro,
Yeah.
that shit was like a foot
Yeah.
long.
I can remember that only.
Because, bro, that's like, bro, you know the picture I'm talking about.
Because why was he in the music video with that big ass lot and it had the different colors too?
It was
That
a
shit was
big-ass popsicle.
yo. You seen that
bro,
one video of him
put that shit
on live when he was like when he was like rolling up a blunt and then he put the whole blunt in his mouth.
See that?
Yo, you didn't see that? He dead ass put the whole blunt in his mouth. I'm like, nah, I'm never like.
Yeah, man.
Who the fuck want to smoke with that dude?
Would you guys put? So do you guys?
Oh,
hear
Young
about
Boy
the-
and probably Kevin Gates too.
Kevin Gates, I would put that.
Yeah.
I would put him in there. Did you guys hear about like Tory Lanez getting stabbed up in the prison? Are we gonna put him in that category of 10 toes real at this point?
I'm not gonna lie. When Tory Lanez was out, he was pressing people.
Yeah, he was pressing
I
people.
remember he pressed Travis Scott in his face, like in the green room.
So
Like,
we can categorize him in the 10 toes down.
nah, he would it.
Yeah.
You know who else would it? Cardi and Uzi. They
Uzi
get
a
like
crash
that.
out. I'm not
Uzi's
gonna lie.
fucking, it's kinda
But you
slow.
think it's short man syndrome with Uzi?
Yeah,
No, I think he's
yeah.
just literally just not who he is.
and he from Philly too, so
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah, man.
Nah, that is wild. That is wild. 50 Cent, I also put in that group.
Yeah, 50 Cent.
50 Cent was dead ass. bad,
Nah,
like,
because imagine getting shot 9 times and just still trolling people
for the rest of your life.
for the rest of your life.
make a whole song about it.
10
But the
toes
thing is, everything 50 says in some way or form is true.
is a factual statement. He's right up there with, when it comes to telling the truth, he's right up there with Kanye.
Yeah.
I'll put him right in that same category.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Because he'll say it and then it will actually happen and then he'll be like, I told you, I didn't listen.
Dead ass facts. Dead ass facts. Shit.
Gentlemen,
Let's wrap this up.
All right, boys, but that brings us to the last part of this episode.
We already hit it. We're an hour in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was the last part of the episode. This is the outro.
Oh.
Why are you trying
I thought you were
correct
gonna.
me?
We already hit it. We already
No.
I tried to correct it because
guys.
gentlemen, oh, fuck. What do you
We
got to
have
say?
reached the end of this episode. We're gonna continue covering the Diddy trials
as they go.
as they
along.
go. We're gonna continue to talk about the Afrikaners.
Yes.
As they go.
Afrikaners. Is that real? Like how they're really named?
Yeah, that's what the...
Yeah, that's what
Afrikaners.
Because
Because
they're not actually African.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You have to remember, they come from European descent.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Afrikaners.
And when my NBA prediction comes true, I'ma just tell you I'm right.
Wait, was it? The finals. Wait. You didn't say the champion though.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter who the championship. It doesn't matter who the champion is, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be Randall and DiVincenzo versus Kat and whoever the fuck else they got.
Why the hell did you say DiVincenzo? Like he's
that
like
his name?
Yeah, but he's
What's his first name?
Dante.
Oh,
But
Dante.
no, I'm just saying
Double D.
like why you said. Who calls him that?
That's now his official new nickname.
Double D.
Double D. Max Strauss. If you're not gonna come to play, stay home, nigga. Went 0 for 9.
Went 0 for 9. That's so tragic.
Oh, shit.
All right, lead us out, Bryant.
All right, but yeah, that brings us to the end of this episode. If you guys like the episode, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. You can find us on all of the platforms on High Notes Podcast, on our Linktree. And Melly, you got anything else you want to add before we exit out today?
Linktree. Y'all go check out the shorts. Y'all go check out TikTok. As he said, go check out the Linktree. And yeah, that's all I got.
Did the YouTube video come out? Did the YouTube video come out for the hot ones yet?
Well, it will drop tonight.
Gotcha. All right, so it'll be live by the time that we're recording.
By the time y'all see this episode, already be out.
That's good. But yeah, go follow us on all the platforms. The TikTok has definitely been blowing up. I like all the comments that we see. The comments is fucking hilarious.
No,
we have to
word.
be fucking rolling. I ain't gonna lie. I be jumping in just to respond sometimes. But yeah, then we'll see you guys in the next one.